Let me minimize. And we are about to go live. I'm getting that going. Oh, she's. Hold on, I want me to know. I want me to know the YouTube, something disappeared. And we are about to go live. I'm getting that going. Jesus, look here, me let me lose the YouTube something. Oh, wait, no, she's. I want to know the YouTube, something disappeared.
Mute YouTube, yeah.
Oh, okay. And we are about to go live. I'm getting that going. Jesus, oh, me go back on the YouTube. Oh, wait, no, she's. Oh, okay.
I'm lost, everyone.
We're here.
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm coming, ladies. I'm just trying to find the YouTube. I came up, it's on, and I know we are live. I'm just trying to locate it.
No problem.
All right, mute it from there. All right, great. So you can monitor it from this one. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I know you've gotten used to just me alone. And guys, it got very lonely being here all by myself. So, of course, I thought I would bring on, thought I'd bring on some fabulous friends. Last week, I started discussing the whole matter of a side hustle. And of course, I asked this question, should I leave my corporate job for YouTube? And a number of you reached out to me and say, hey, girl, don't do that. Don't do that madness. And if you watch that live straight through, I was saying, of course, I'm not one for just giving up one for the other. Why not have both? So we have two and, a little bit more sustained. Well, tonight I have two fabulous ladies. We're going to be having a chit chat session on the whole matter of entrepreneurship, side hustle, while we're running the 9 to 5. They are also going to be demonstrating, what is it that they're doing. They're going to be sharing how easy it is to get in such a business, whether or not it's easy, the pros and cons. We're just going to talk about it, because when we're through, what we are building are girl bosses, right? Sashana and Amanda. So right off the bat, I'm going to allow each of you to share with our guests who you are, where in the world you are, because everybody knows now that Uniquely Me is no longer local. We're no longer just Jamaica. We are worldwide. And so all the people we bring on now is a mixture of people from all over the world. So I'm going to start with you, Sashana. Tell us about you and where are you, and welcome.
Thanks for having me. Hi, guys. My name is Sashana. I'm a sales consultant by day and a master wig artist by night and evenings and Saturdays and Sundays. I try to balance both as best as I can. I'm what is known as a head cook and water washer at She's Elite Hair Company. That's my hair company. We specialize in wigs for the busy woman.
Wow. I like it. Wigs for the busy woman. We soon talk about why the busy woman need a wig. Amanda, by the way, Sashana, did you say where you're from?
I am currently in the Cayman Islands, but She's Elite, the company, has roots in 4 places. That's Jamaica, where I'm originally from. A part of it is in Florida. A part of it is also in Canada.
Oh, you go, girl. Now,
I'm in Cayman, so a part of it is in Cayman. So I'm 4 places basically.
awesome. I'm loving that. So you're definitely showing us that we don't have to limit ourselves to think that because we're in Jamaica that we can't go global or that we can't start a business that can be expanded into other places. Amanda, share with us who you are, where are you from, what do you do?
Hi. Business advisor by day. And I want to say owner and operator of Spathodia Gifts. Um, 24, I don't want to say 24/7, but sometimes it feels like 24/7.
Mhm.
And we are located in Portmore. We do gifts and we do personalized items. A lot of the personalized items that we do are for our gifts, but we will do a personalized item if you ask us to. So that's not our main business. Our main business is gifts. Or we do classic gifts, affordability. We meld those two together and we just make it look beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And guys, I am Simone by day, and it feels sometimes like it's 24/7. I'm a banker. Sometimes I find myself, because I work from home sometimes, at 12 o'clock, I'm still working sometimes. But I am a banker by day, and every other free time, I'm running Uniquely Me. I'm running my writer's workshop. I'm running my devotional page. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm a speaker, I'm a preacher, I'm doing lots of stuff. So we women, we know how to, somehow we are, I call us superwoman because we know how to balance. But the thing about it is that what we have found, what I have found is that the income from the 9 to 5 is not always sufficient. And so, and when I say sufficient, it's not like we're trying to go to a hotel every weekend or we're trying to do the nails every month. But it's just that if you're going to live comfortably, and especially if you have children and a family and you want to own your own home, you find that you have to do something more than just the 9 to 5. And sometimes you find that you're even giving more to the 9 to 5, and the income, the remuneration is so not falling into place. So let me ask you, Sashana, what made you decide to do a side hustle?
Always wanted to have my own business. I've had an entrepreneurial mindset since I was a child. In school, I had a thriving illegal candy business when I was in fifth form because we did an accounting project for SB, and after it finished, kids were still coming to me asking me for candies. So I started selling them. So I've had an entrepreneurial mindset even before then. Both my parents are self-employed, and I think it's just innate. I think it's just in my DNA. But I started selling here in 2011. This is a long story. I started selling here in 2011 just so that my then boyfriend and I could go to ATI. He gave me the money to flip it. And I started selling here because it's something that I liked. And then I stopped after a while because the market was changing a bit. And then I started back in 2018 after I had a break, a year and a half break from work. I
Oh,
started Cheese Elite during that time. So during that time, I was setting up, I was learning how to make wigs. I was registering the company. I was back and forth between Jamaica, Cayman, Canada, and Florida. It was chaos, but it was so worth it. And
mhm.
I don't mind the additional income either. But to be honest with you, I'm just living out a dream right now because I've been obsessed with hair since I've been little.
Awesome, awesome. Amanda, for you, what made you start? And
Um,
is it in answering to, is it your passion? Are you pursuing your passion? Or are you really just doing it for money?
Certainly not. Very often my clients ask me, are you making money from this? Because some of the requests, and I guess based on how the packages look and so forth, they're like, I don't think I paid you for this. So I this is definitely my passion. And many times clients do say to me, you're doing what you really love. Or they'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, I love your energy because truly I am doing what I really love. I learned to make baskets when I was like 16 years old, and that was a traditional look of what we expect gift packages to look like. Over time, that has evolved to more premium looking packages, especially in the now landscape of that. But I truly am doing what I love. I have to, people in my ears always have to remind me that, girl, remember, you have to make a profit, you have to make a money. So I really give thanks for my family who is really supportive.
Yeah.
But this is truly something that I love. This is truly something that I have not only, even though it may seem as if I've just come on the scene, I've been doing this for work, for school, for a long time, over a decade. So, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So a lot of persons are afraid to charge, and that's one of the things that I struggled with, charging initially, because again, I started Avon. That's how I got my whole entrepreneurial mindset started, and I started with Avon, and I think a lot of people in Jamaica can identify then because it was so easy to get into Avon. So I got into Avon. Then I remember I got into Mary Kay and Amway and all of the different things. And then I remember I got into making my own products, which was the called Luxury Treat at the time. But I was afraid to charge what it really, because somehow I think I'm like, oh, people are gonna take me a charge too much money, and then I'm a Christian and me think people are gonna think so because I'm a Christian, me not supposed to charge so much money. Worse now, I'm trying to help persons to write their book and stuff. Is it wrong to with your side hustle to really put a proper markup on it? So like for instance, again, so I know whichever you want to take it on, ladies. Is it wrong for us to want to put a proper price on our product? And some persons will say, well, you don't have an establishment, so make it so expensive and all of that. What do you have to say about it?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Should I go ahead?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Okay. I'm definitely in the initial stages. I was scared to charge my true worth because I was just learning. And two, I don't have a formal shop. My products are online. So I was afraid of being judged. But now when I come from work and there are wigs to be done, that sacrifice of time, I'm up sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning. When most people go out on a Friday night and come back, that's the time that I am up doing wigs. So it's a tremendous sacrifice. So after looking and seeing how much work I have to put in, I'm like, no, I really do have to charge what I'm worth. Separate and apart from that, prices are rising worldwide. The cost of hair and so on has just escalated quite a bit. So at this point, I have no choice but to charge what I'm truly worth.
Yeah.
I totally agree. While staying affordable, while staying in a price range that, of course, persons don't feel as if they're breaking the bank, or they don't feel as if you're overpaying. It is important to charge what the cost of the item is. Right. I think it's also important for us as business owners to go do proper research, essentially. If you can get it at a lesser price, then you can do that, and you can translate it to the customer without hurting yourself.
Okay. All right. So I do hear all three of us saying that we spend extra time owning our craft, putting lots of work in it to get it out there. And so what we're putting out is quality. Now, we want to talk a little bit now about the whole matter of, I'm going to start with you, Amanda, the kind of business that you're in. How easy is it to get into it? Are there pros, are there cons, that kind of thing? Because like I said, a number of persons are searching for what can they be doing, right? What could they be doing, or they don't have the money to start it. So from your perspective and what you do, is it easy to get into? So share with us the pros and the cons and that kind of thing.
All right, so the business in the gift world, gift curators, it it's not a hard thing to do. It's important to understand the skill that you have. I think I've learned that over the past couple of months, that it's important to understand the skill that you have, because there's nobody that can make a gift like you make it. Your style, your unique touch, it is your touch, it is your personal touch. So it's not difficult. Don't underrate yourself. Um, it's important to do your research, your background research. I did that a lot last year. I did that a lot last year. I just spent the year and just looked at what does the market look like? Is this something that people want? Is this a service that people would pay for? What is out there? What is the cost range looking like? So definitely you need to do your background research. It's not difficult. It's important to find something that is niche though, because there are so many gift places. I mean, there are so many that are on Instagram. There are so many that are established, like, Gorgeous Flowers and those kind of places. They're established.
Right.
So it's important to also get a niche, get something about what you want to do that is particular to you. So if somebody says, I can't remember the name of that business. I remember somebody was asking one time, what's the name of that place that uses the wooden bases and they look X way and Y way? And somebody's like, oh, I know that place, Spathodia Gifts. I was like, okay. So it's important to have something niche. Don't let your things just look as normal as, the ones we can pass on the roadside and buy it. Yeah. So it's important to put a little something in it. It's not difficult. Source your items. Make sure you have a market. So I don't know if it's a market base. We can do a little feasibility research. Nothing too expensive, but definitely try and find out, is this something I want to really truly invest my money in? You don't need a lot of money to start. I think I started with a small amount of cash.
Oh, a small amount, you said?
Yeah, small amount of cash. I think it was like less than 10,000. They just need to start. You've done something before as well.
Here's a question. I don't mean to cut you, Amanda. Is it that you're saying go and stock up the stuff, or do we need to find the market first?
No, usually, and this is something that I've heard other people say as well, if it's something that you truly love, then chances are you've been doing it already for free. So if it's, for example, you are doing writer's workshop, chances are you probably helped somebody to write a book already for free. Like, you just help them along. So if it's a case where you've done a package before, what you can do is actually store up pictures of those things that you've done. If it's events decorating, as you do an event, it could just be a small birthday party or something. You can take a picture, so that you keep that as something to show that this is what I've done before. So then that helps you to now save some money, so that you don't have to just set up something randomly, because you want to show that I can do this, but it's actually purposeful. So in that way, you don't need to stock up like a whole lot of things. I think I would recommend the stock up after you realize that, hey, this is really going now. I need to make sure I have some stock.
Okay. All right, I'm going to come back to you with a question, and also if you have anything to demonstrate in terms of how do we, so I'm here, let's say I'm here and I decided, I want to go into the gifts business. How do I really get myself out there? Do I put together a mock-up of what I want to offer and go visit a business place? How do I utilize social media, that kind of thing? So I want to get granular with that for those who are on and listening and wondering, how do I get in there? Because they might have a little knock for, like you said, finding these little niche items. I remember I saw somebody with a glass, they cut glass, and which I never thought was possible, and designed it and that kind of thing. So you can find these little niche things. But like you said, you don't want to be stocking up on something if you don't have a market yet. But at the same time, I want to start. How do I start? How do I get persons to know that I'm offering this?
Definitely. It's important to find out your market, and that's the importance of a feasibility study, because To be honest, a lot of people are on social media right now. Social media is free. You can start an Instagram page for free, and you can start putting up your pictures. You can start putting up what you offer, your products and services. You can start putting it up online for free. From there, you can reach out to persons, whether it be family members, whether it be persons who are following on your personal Instagram page. You can put it on your page. You can send it in persons' messages, inboxes, and so forth. And you can get persons to start saying, "Hey, I do this. This is something I offer." And you have to be careful about how you use your resources. A lot of persons just starting out use paid ads on Instagram, or they will, engage with somebody who does paid advertisements. My advice is that's a good way, but it's probably not your first. It's not your first move, in my opinion. The first move is to reach out to persons who are around you, friends and family, to kind of help you to get the word out.
Okay.
If you have good support system.
Okay. All right.
From there, you can do paid ads.
All right, great. All right, well, I'm going over to Sashana. I'm going to, because I want you to demonstrate, some stuff that we can put in to make that gift item, to demonstrate to us and possibly show us what you do. But I'll come back to you in the meanwhile. So Sashana, you got started, but you are all over the place, right? In a great way. You've been able to expand the business. How were you able to do that?
Okay, so when I started, I was actually drop shipping wigs. Drop shipping is you basically being the middleman. So meanwhile, I was in Jamaica, I had the site set up, and I had my friend in Canada. Some of her clients would order from me. I would order it from my supplier in China, and then my supplier in China would ship it directly to Canada. So I get the profit from it without being involved in the manufacturing of it. And I play no parts whatsoever. My duty there was to coordinate, do the logistics, as in how it gets from China to her doorstep. So that's how I got started. At the time when I was not in Cayman, I had a friend here as well that has a salon that was selling wigs for me. So meanwhile, I was in Jamaica, I was ordering here in China and getting it here to her in Cayman, and she would sell it, and then she would bank the money in my account here.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I was doing that. Meanwhile, I was in Jamaica. I was getting I could almost call it passive income, but it really was not so passive because I still had to be working. So that's how I got started until I decided to actually learn to make the wigs from scratch myself.
Why make them? Why not continue drop shipping? Because I'm sure some persons will say drop shipping would have been so much easier, less work for you because it's already made. You could have get to sleep in your bed, that kind of thing. But you chose to make them. Why? And how easy is it to source the material that you use to make them?
It's kind of difficult to source now. Sourcing here is a challenge because there's so much out there, but there's not much quality out there, and there's the problem. So for example, I am up at 3-4. I would like to tell you how much money I spent in samples just to ensure that I am getting the very best of everything, because I have a philosophy: if I wouldn't wear it, I'm not gonna sell it. And I'm very happy with hair. So if the quality is not up to par, I'm not selling it. I seek out the very best from everything from Indonesia to China to Vietnam.
Wow. Okay.
That's how I source. I started making the wigs after I joined a Facebook group for wig makers. And they were saying, the market in China is very susceptible. You need to learn to make wigs on your own just in case anything should happen. And it did. The pandemic did. So, after a while, wigs themselves became hard to get. It wasn't a bit easier to source the hair in. So it became a skill that it's benefited me quite a bit. For my hair from Vietnam, my Vietnamese vendor and my Indonesian vendor actually don't make wigs at all. So I buy the hair from them and make the wigs myself. So luckily I could do that.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So what is it? What does it involve? The whole matter now of making the hair. And I know you are you have some stuff there you want to show us, you know, what does it entail? Because again, we know everybody now, like everybody's wearing one way or the other, wearing a wig. From
Yes.
and you go online and you look at some of these what you call it, or famous influencers and stuff, they are all wearing a wig. So we know it's good business. And you said a number of things that I hope our listeners you know, are listening to, doing, and I heard Amanda with it, doing the research, getting samples, you know, wanting to make sure that what you're offering is of quality, right? Because even though it's a side hustle, it's a serious business, right?
It is.
Because you are investing money in it and you want to make back not just your money, but you want to make a profit from it. So talk to us now, how, you know, how to make the wig. Do you look at my face? So like you're making a wig for me, you need to look at my face. If you're going to fit my face, you ask for preference, what you do.
All right, so if I'm making a custom wig for you from scratch, normally I would need to know the circumference size of your head. So at home, you would just put a tape measure around the circumference of your head, right to your forehead, around your hairline, and measure it. Most people's head are a size 22, which is a medium. So most of my wigs are 22 because they will fit most people. But if I'm making a custom wig for you, well, you can say to me, listen, my head is kind of tiny, so I may need a size 21, and then I will make it on a size 21 for you. It's made on this, which is called, let's see if I can take this one out. This is called a blockhead. So they come different sizes. This is a 24. I've never used this one before because nobody wears a 24. So this, I put the stocking cap, the wig cap on here. It's a mesh dome cap. I trace it out with markers. I make the lines, and then I sew it here on my sewing machine. I'm going to shift a little bit more so you can see my sewing machine. And then I sew it here on my sewing machine. That's how they're made. So I can take one. I can take this one off and show you the inside of it. This is actually somebody's wig for their birthday tomorrow. Wow.
It looks good on Marsha though.
It looks good. That's chocolate barbs. So you can see the inside of it. That's the inside of the wig.
Okay. So I hear some stuff. So we need here. Oh, nice. I see your. Oh, we brand it. So
yes, it's, everything for She's in It is branded, including even my T-shirt for tonight.
Go girl.
So this is the logo, and then you can see the lines here that I stitch on the sewing machine. I stitch the tracks on. So normally, like a hairdresser would sew it on by hand. I use my sewing machine. It goes a lot faster.
Wow. And not only that, but it means, for me, it tells me that the hair is nice and secure.
Secure, yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And I learned to use the sewing machine from high school. I went to Glenmere High School, so we used to do clothing and textiles from 1st to 3rd form. So I learned to use the machine there. And then when I was in Jamaica on my break, a lady that lives 2 doors down from me is a seamstress. So when I bought this and I had it in Jamaica, she came up and gave me a quick 15-minute tutorial. And it snapped back, luckily.
Wow. Yeah. I like that. So I hear, so we need a machine, definitely. We need some stocking head. We need hair. And we need a little skill with how to sew it on and stuff. And that's it. We have a hair. And of course, I guess you'd style it and that kind of thing, right?
Yes, I do. I've learned how to style now. When I just started, I didn't know how to style, but that's the thing, because wigs are so common nowadays. You find that there are lots of hairdressers who are offering wig classes, wig making classes, how to bleach knots on closures and frontals and styling. So a lot of my styling was actually done through classes that I bought online. Because I stalk people in the industry whose work I admire. So that's how I got that done.
Awesome. I like that. I love what I'm hearing from you, Sashana. A lot of not just money. And that's one of the things I want persons to understand about side hustle, that it's not just about making the money, it's also about the investment in learning, right? So that you're owning your craft and you're putting your own touch to it. I like that. All right. So let me come back now to Amanda. Amanda, you're going to be showing us now, okay. So you have a basket there to be made, or a gift, what you call it, a gift. Amanda, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. All right, so I actually have a gift set, just like Sashana. This is actually for somebody tomorrow. Right, so like Sashana, I have my branding as well. So this is something that I put on most of my baskets, so you can, easily reach us. So I would usually put that on last. I can't pull this up too much, but I'll move a few things. So what you're looking at is actually what we use to break through the market, which is our sip and paint set. It's an at-home sip and paint set, right? So we will get you the wine, we'll get you brushes, your canvas, you'll get your wine glasses. Some persons ask for it without wine glasses because sometimes they have wine glasses at home and it's not that big of a deal. We also have our display, or this canvas displays. So you can actually just remove it like that, and then you can just rest your canvas on it. Don't know if you're seeing it well. But essentially you can just rest the canvas on it. It also comes with our easel, which is right here. And am I leaving out? I think that's everything. And the paint, of course.
And that was your idea to put that in that basket, right, Amanda?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
There is like one more person, because I do my market research. There's about one or two more. I've seen one, but I'm assuming there may be one more that I don't know about that actually offers sip and paint as well. I don't think they package it the way I do, but just for information purposes, there is competition. But this is one of the things that we actually started out doing. It was right around Valentine's Day. And a lot of people like it.
I like your basket though. The basket is that I don't know if we can see what the basket looks like. Is it made from board? Did you go get it made specifically for you?
Yes. So I do have a person who does my wood work. HMH Creates. He does excellent works. He does all of my gift boxes.
Nice.
So he had this one specially made. I had a customer that said that she wanted something that can be carried. So we did something cute. Yes. So this is basically what I do most of the time as I'm running through. I don't want to take too much time. Most of the time we do put in the backing first as a general rule. And the heavier item like the wine goes in first, and everything else like fragiles and so forth would go in last.
Awesome. And then of course you package that. I like that. And definitely when you talk about what I'm seeing here is that, because you think about unique gifts or to find something that is distinct. Well, I was thinking about pearls and golds and something expensive, because it's so when you think it's and that's why you know what, that's why some areas if I need a gift, I just go pay somebody to find a gift for me instead of one. Because I would never have thought that, a paintbrush and those little stuff. Because look at this. Wouldn't you agree with me, Sashana? This looks so good. Not true?
I've never actually seen one of those baskets made from wood at the bottom there. It's always like a wicker basket or something.
Exactly. So this is very... Go ahead, Samantha.
Sorry, and I was saying, crazy enough, this is actually, the cost is 5.5, and it includes delivery in Kingston, St. Andrew, Spanish Town.
Wow.
So like, it's an incredible deal, it really is. And we go all out because a lot of persons, when persons usually request these, it's usually a birthday, an anniversary, something special where they want to draw something together, they want to spend some quality time together. And afterwards, because you get the easel with it, you can just put it up in your house, you can put it up in your bedroom. So it's really, really a good thing to buy, especially even if you have children. This can actually break them out into a new hobby that can help them to make some money. So
yes, I like it. Or even, so let's say, Amanda, let's say we're going to host a little party for, and we know COVID still happening, so we can't have the big parties. I'm talking about children now. So we were going to have, say, about 10 children. And we said we wanted to do that sip and paint thing for them. Would you supply stuff like those?
Yes, and we would put appropriate, say for instance, you still want the sip and paint, because some persons do order the paint set only. We would put appropriate drinks, appropriate glasses for children, would make it children friendly.
Awesome. I'm loving this. So, all right. So I don't know if you have any more baskets there can show us, Amanda and Sashana. You want to show us any more of the hair, even with them on
No, I don't have any more. Everything sell out from Father's Day.
And Father's Day never. Oh, Father's Day just gone. Oh, that looks nice. Sashana, you have any other here?
Yes, I have another wig that I want to show. This one here is actually packaged for shipment, but I'll take it out. This one is branded too. And this is a factory made wig. So I not only make the wigs, but I buy wigs from my Chinese vendor as well, from the factory. And then when it comes, I pluck the hairline, bleach the knots. The knots are these, it would be like those black spots at the roots. So I bleach them so that they look more natural. And I also style it. So this one is styled. So it's cut, and baby hairs have been added by special request. I don't know, for some reason my clients, they have this thing for baby hairs.
Everybody wants baby hair too.
Baby. Some of them are actually adult hairs, but yeah, they like baby hair. So you can see that the makeup of this one is different on the inside because it was made by my vendor.
Okay. How do you ship them though? How do you ship them? In terms
so I put a hairnet over it, and I have my tissue paper that I put on the inside, and then I wrap it together. I wrap it in tissue paper again, and then I put it in my my polymailer, which is like a plastic envelope, and I ship it.
Okay.
I have new polymailers, new branded polymailers coming. I have new branded polymailers coming, but I won't have them until next month.
Okay. So, I heard both of you. So both of you are showing the whole matter of your logo and branding. How important is it to brand your stuff? And, you know, right off the bat, should we go ahead and brand our stuff from the get-go, right off the bat? Should we go ahead and brand? How do we brand, that kind of thing? Who wants to take it?
So my my company is for women who like the finer things. They have an affinity for everything that is pretty and nicely packaged, because I'm a sucker for packaging as well. Like, you can send me anything and wrap it up nicely with all kinds of lovely things, and I'll buy it. I don't even matter what's on the inside. So that's the same kind of approach I take with my brand. Like, it has to not only be functional, but you getting it should be an experience. So that's why I brand all my stuff on the inside. I have branded tissue paper. It just gives you that special touch and it identifies you separately away from your competition, because hair is a saturated market. So whatever opportunity there is to stand out, you definitely have to use that. So branding is one of those things, and packaging is just one of those things that I really take pride in. I mean, you'll see me out anyhow, but I take how she brings that hair very seriously. Like, I'm very, very picky about that.
Yeah. Yes, Amanda, branding.
I express the same sentiments. Branding is extremely important. And you asked if we should do it from the get-go. Do it from the get-go. I did it from the get-go. As much as possible, put your branding on your products so that it distinguishes you from someone else who is someone else's business. Also, what it also does is an opportunity for you to put your information there, because you don't know where your items will reach and who will see it and say, I like this, who is this from? And the person can just show them immediately your business card or your brand, your logo, and they can just find you on Google. I'm on Google. They can find you on Instagram, they can find you on Facebook, and they can quickly get in touch with you.
Awesome. So, and that's where I was going next, about the whole matter of, our PR or public relation advertising per se. What are some of the platforms that we, and we're talking about, because it's one, so far, both businesses need some amount of investment, but what other parts of the business, because remember, we're talking about side hustles for those who are struggling to keep it afloat. What other, in terms of advertising and stuff, what other things can we find to enhance our business that we don't have to invest anything in? Or is it that we do need to invest anyway we take it?
I mean, if you want to make money, you have to spend money. You don't have to have a lot of money, but what I will say is to spend it wisely.
Yeah.
Something that I've learned based on PR and marketing is you may not have the money to hire a marketing, company or so forth, but it's important to do simple things like putting your brand, your company on Google. It's important to at least put it on Google. Let it be somewhere that can be, somebody can map to it. It's important, and it's important to put your location and all of that, because sometimes persons are looking for something I need here in Kingston, and they'll just type that in. Right, and your page automatically pops up because you sell here in Kingston. So that has definitely happened to me. Within 2 months of my business, somebody just called because they were looking for a gift shop in Portmore. Wow. So it's important to put your business on Google. Don't think that you're being extra. Put your business on Google, and Google offers a free website. So if you want to just put a few pictures on there, put your contact information, so if somebody wants to reach you, they can. Also, as it goes to paid advertisements, a lot of persons use paid advertisements on Facebook, on Instagram, and so forth. It's not a bad idea. What I've learned, because I did a lot of paid advertisements, I will tell you, from the get-go, I did a lot of paid advertisements. From I reached like 100 followers, I did a lot of paid advertisements. But I will say, take your time and search. What will happen to you on the Instagram world is that a lot of persons will approach you that they do promotions, and they're looking up for their business, because their business is promotion. But you take the time and scan. You can get promotions for $10 for the month, and that is amazing, especially if the person has a really good following. It would be better you spend your $10, do it in that way, rather than spend $1,000 for 2 days post on somebody's stories. So yeah, it's important. I have been going, I can tell you who I use. I use Do It For Me. That's Do It For Me. They charge reasonably, $2.5 for the month, and you get good promotions. You get persons can reach you. And what I found is that persons may not they may not find my Instagram, but because they typed in my name in Google, my promotions company, all the promotions they have done for me will come up before even they see like a website, or before they find the Instagram page or so forth. So those make wise investments when it comes to paid promos. Also, I use Pixar Business Support. He offers promos for a month, $10 for the month, and that is really good because he has a good following. You'll get good support. So
I like that. I like that. I like that. Sash, what about you? Promotion.
For me, a
How do
lot
you
of
promote? Yeah, and be able to, in your case, to hold your market in all 4 countries where you are.
For me, a lot of my clients come through referrals. That's a large portion of who just a friend of a friend of a friend, or they saw this wig and they like it. Who made that for you? And they told them it's me, and they find me on Instagram. Initially, I also invested in having my website, and I have a few friends on Instagram who have bought. I've not invested in an influencer as yet, but my friends on Instagram who have bought from me, especially this one girl who's her birthday tomorrow, this week, the one that I showed you, the color one, is actually hers. She promotes me like I pay her. So that helps quite a bit. I purposely didn't want to invest heavily in like Facebook promotions as yet, because I want to ensure that I am structured properly so that when the influx of customers come, then they have directions to follow and they don't have to inbox me for anything. Like, the website is fully updated and the links are listed for you to be able to find what you want, and that you only contact me if there's something that you can't find or you really do have a problem. So that's why I haven't gone extra in that lane as yet.
Okay. I have 2 questions. And I think that should be 2 questions. So my first question is the whole matter of registering our business. Should we not? I'm afraid of taxes. I'm afraid of the government, and I'm just saying because I tend to hear that, we don't want to pay taxes, government to thief and all kind of stuff. Is it important to register our small business? And I have my next question after that.
As soon as you can register your business, it really legitimizes you. You're able to do your business as you should. You don't have to be hiding from anybody. When you're able to post your items, or like me, because I have a wig care line. This is my wax stick. When people look at the back of it and they see the trading name of my company, She's Elite Trading LLC, like it legitimizes me, solidifies me as somebody who is serious about business. So I say definitely can. It definitely should if you can.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I 100% agree regarding that. It's apart from the fact that it's the right thing to do, and what makes your company quote unquote legal in the country, it's the right thing to do. It, as she says, it legitimizes your business. People come on and they're like, okay, this is a serious business. It's not a fly by night. This is not unreliable. It's not somebody who, they're gonna go out in hiding on me after I've paid my money or anything like that. Especially because of the age that we're living in, where it's online transfer, everything is kind of instant, and so for persons want to know that this is a reliable platform that they can do business.
Should we go limited or should we go sole trader? Anything on that? Normally, all right. So I know for most persons, it's easier to do the sole trader, especially here in Jamaica, because it is cheaper and it's easier to do. While the limited, it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more documentation, but there are pros and cons. Right off the bat, for me, again, from my background and stuff, the sole trader, should anything go wrong, what I don't like with it, the con for me is that your personal assets are at risk with the small sole trader. While with the limited, everything is limit, whatever happens is the business. Your personal assets are not at risk. Would you ladies agree with that? You know, or if we can't go for the limited, can we start out? Should we start out as a sole trader and then upgrade? Either you want to take it, any one of you.
All right. Well, I would go with the latter thing that you said. So, especially if it's it's a business where it's just you, I would go with the sole trader first. And as the business grows, then you can upgrade your status. You can upgrade your registration.
For
So,
me, my company is an LLC, and I did it that way because of what Simone says, the separation of the individual assets and the company assets or the company responsibility. I really didn't want those two to be entangled. So that's why I chose to register my company that way.
okay. So ladies, both of you are physically involved in your businesses. And with this, you know, and putting in the extra, the marketing, the public relations, all of those things, we're expecting our businesses to expand. What do we do? Or like now, because I think from all indication, all three of us seem to be doing well. So here's a troublesome question. Why don't we leave the 9 to 5 and just dump ourselves into our businesses? Isn't it a wise thing to do?
Well, it all depends on your priorities. I think that's definitely important. I think you made a very good point when you were starting the show to say that, you know, if you want to own a home, I mean, I just recently bought a home at my young age. So it's important for me to make sure that I have the two incomes so that I can pay my mortgage, so that I mean, I have a child. I want to make sure I can support her and so forth. So even though I'm passionate about the business and so forth, it's not that the business will not eventually support us, or it's not that the business will not get to that point, but wisdom says balance both.
Yeah. Yes, Sash?
I support Amanda in what she just said. For me, it's amazing how both of them work for me, because so much of what I learned at work I transferred to my business.
There
like
you go,
not so much of it, all of it, all of it. So the people skill, the learning to deal with different personalities, I take so much of my job at home with this business. And as it relates to the opposite end of the spectrum, I learned there's so much that I learned from running my company myself, that it makes me understand some of the things that my boss goes through, because she's a woman as well, and it's also a small business. Like, some things I didn't understand from her point of view until I became a business owner. Yeah. Also, for me, like, I love my 9 to 5, and at the moment, I don't think I want to leave quite yet.
Yeah.
Because it gives me, although I don't have enough time for my business as I should, it gives me that comfort, because it makes me able to deal with people with integrity. Like, before one wig is sold, every bill in this house is paid for already. So I don't have to be dishonest to people. You know, I don't have to trick you into buying a wig. I don't have to be deceptive.
Totally understand.
But I'm depending on to eat per se, although I love it, but that's not what I'm depending on to eat. So I kind of like that kind of flexibility. I don't think I let go of it until like I'm almost too successful. I want to balance it out. Yeah.
I love that. And I think you really just solidified something for me. Now I understand why, you know, when I go out to sell, especially my books, if somebody decide that, you know, are giving me the side eye, I'm like, please, you think this is what I'm depending on to put on my pot tonight? You know, so the 90, and which is why, I mean, I really do take my 9 to 5 serious, because again, like you said, it really takes the pressure off. And I kind of, because it takes care of the fixed expenses, for want of a better word, and the peace of mind that I don't have to worry. One, I don't have to worry about if anybody gets sick. I don't have to worry about insurance, in terms of if I have to run to the doctor and the kind of thing. I don't have to worry about the mortgage. I don't have to worry about the car payment. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's set aside. But it allows me to enjoy what I do on the side so much more. Like, yeah, and I totally enjoy what I do. Like, I can't explain. You see, for instance, like the fact that I do uniquely me, You see, from the turn on the video lights, my girl, I just get lost. I thoroughly enjoy it, thoroughly enjoy it because it's passion, pursuing passion. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for coming tonight. And I really hope that those who are listening are now recognizing that you don't need to sit at home and say, boy, I have nothing to do, and it's the end of the world. And even if you've lost a job, forgive me for the dogs around, if you've lost a job, that there is something that you can fall back on, because at the same time, us pushing ourselves into this, we are giving ourselves an option.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. And that's what I want to encourage. I want to encourage our women, listening, and other persons listening, that listen, you don't have to get stuck one place. There are too many options available. I mean, I'm looking at, as I said, looking at what you guys did and listening to a lot of what you guys shared. I realized that it's easier than we thought. And there's help out there. So where can persons find you ladies to support? Because after tonight, I expect your businesses to blow up. Where can persons find you? Any one of you want to go first?
Amanda, you want to go first?
I thought you were going first, honestly.
All right.
Well, you can find us on Spathodia Gifts. You can find us on Google. From you.
By the way, hold on, Amanda. I noticed you said to put ourselves out there on Google. How do we put ourselves on Google? Because you said you didn't have a website. How did you put yourself on Google?
There is an option on Google to, Lord, it's been so long. There is an option though to add your business. There's a Google business.
Oh, the Google business. Okay.
Yes. Search Google business, and then from there you'll get a lot of. They're very step by step. From there, they will actually take you through the process of writing what the business name is, where you're located, your opening hours. They'll just take you through it step by step. Like you see in a screen swiping. So every swipe is like, okay, next. Set up your website, next, and so forth. So it's very step by step. And it's Google, so you can just type in, how do I put my business on Google?
I think I know where to find it. I'm gonna look. But just for other persons who are listening, I'm wondering, how do I get on Google without a website and that kind of thing. All right. So so we can find you. You said it's Spathodia.
Spathodia. So SPATHODIA. Gifts. You can Google us, can Facebook us. Our main place where we operate from is Instagram. You can also WhatsApp us at 779-7171 if you want to order, if you have any questions or anything like that. Also on our website, we do have a chat feature. Yes, persons order through the chat feature on our website. If they want to customize, they don't want to just, select what they see. So there is a chat feature on our website. If you click it, and every time somebody goes on our website, we do see, based on the app that we have, so persons from Germany, United Kingdom, America, all over. So we do see the location and all of that. So you can just hit the chat button and we'll actually get speaking to you. But we're not hard to find at all. It's Instagram, Spathodia Gifts.
What I'm going to do is I'll put it in there, because I'm going to, when the final video for YouTube, I'll put it in the comments so persons can find it. So those listening, I'm going to be putting it down in the comment box, afterwards. So I'll put all your contact details there so they can find you.
And
Right.
also we ship internationally. So we take orders from international. We've had several of them. We take international orders to Jamaica, essentially. If you have somebody in Jamaica that you want to gift, or if you are in Jamaica and you want to give somebody overseas, we also do that as well. So we ship international.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks. Sashana.
Me, where I'm most active is Instagram. It's at She's the Lead Hair Company. You can click the link in our bio. There's a link tree there that directs you to different options. If you want a factory made wig, if you want a custom wig, or if you want one of our luxury wigs. You can also find us, our website directly is www.she'stheleadhair.com. And our WhatsApp is 289-952-7330. I do have a local Cayman number that is listed on the site as well. Instagram is the most, as I said, where I'm most active. And I would encourage anyone to advertise on Instagram, put your items on Instagram, because even just recently, one of my wigs was worn in a movie that is being filmed locally. And the lady who, my Canadian film team, and the lady to go on my Instagram page, the wig that she chose is listed there on my Instagram page. She didn't even go on the website. So
Wow.
that was the highlight. That's been the highlight of our existence so far. I cried making the wig. I cried delivering the wig. I cried at every stage of it because I was just too excited. So that is just show you how important Instagram and powerful Instagram is.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you, ladies. I mean, I must commend you, ladies. I heard serious CEOs, boss ladies talking tonight, and the way in which you have gone out. No, it's telling me that I need to take a little bit, take a page from each of your book and be a little bit more serious and deliberate about what I'm doing, because sometimes we take it for granted. It's a side hustle, we take it for granted. But if we treat it like a side hustle, it's going to just be a side hustle. If we're treating it like a business and that we're the CEO of the business, then we're definitely going to operate that kind of way. So for those listening, I mean, I'm really hoping that, you got substance out of tonight. Ladies, I want to commend you again, both of you. I am so proud. And I'm so happy that I took this thought serious, that I want to feature some, girl bosses, women in business, and feature you guys, so that we're encouraging somebody else, right? And that we ourselves are a little mirror turned on us, and we're recognizing, hey, we're doing a great job, So ladies, I salute you, and I'm so happy that I have gotten a chance tonight to just share your story with a global space. I'm surely hoping that lots more will come out of this, and that we'll get to do some more work down the road, So that's it from me. Those listening, you're hearing it not just from me, but you're hearing it from others, that it's one, don't give up your 9 to 5. Don't give it up. Hold on to the 9 to 5. But at the same time, dump all of yourself, as much of yourself, into what you call a side hustle. But it's a side hustle, yes, because you can't give it your full attention, but you are giving it your all, right? You're making your investments, you're finding those coaching teams, or like Sashana said, a Facebook group. You're doing your research, because again, I listen to both of you ladies. There are several things out there to help to make our businesses so much more easy to manage, in terms of apps, different tools, drop shipping. I mean, I thought that was just something on the internet we're discovering, say, hey, you can actually do it. You can source your goods from wherever. You can operate your business from here in Jamaica, but you are visible all over in the world. So the possibilities are endless, and that's what I'm seeing all together. So that's it from that side of things. I'm just reminding persons the period poverty campaign, it's still continuing. I'm going to be putting up a video shortly to show we're collecting sanitary napkins, and that's going pretty well. I mean, Sashana and Amanda, I don't know if you know about it, but I've been doing some research, and I mean, the stories that our women are coming with, the tissue paper that they've had to be using, the gleaner paper, the plastic bag, you know, we want to put an end to period poverty. So I'm on a drive to raise 1,000 packs. They're coming in, and so, you know, wherever in the world persons are, we're saying, hey, reach out to me and let's see how we can make it happen to get those packs of sanitary napkins in, so we can, you know, make the distribution and stuff. So I hope you ladies will partner with me on that, so we can, you know, just help to support some women and girls who are really not having happy periods, right?
Definitely will.
Yeah. So Saturday evening again, at 7:30, right here on YouTube for sure. We're going to be having another episode of Uniquely Me. We're going to be hearing another woman sharing of how her black hair made her experience discrimination. So just so much things. I mean, I'm telling you, the stories are endless. But guys, that's it for Thursday Night Live. We do it again next week. We don't know what's coming up, but make sure you're going over and checking out Sashana. She's Elite. What's the end of She's Elite?
Elite Hair Company on Instagram.
She's Elite Hair Company on Instagram, and Spathodia Gifts on Instagram. And of course, guys, links will be in the bottom. So make sure you're going and supporting the ladies, and tell them Simone sent you. All right, guys, take care. Bye bye. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.